Today we are going to have a discussion on the topic which is already circulated to you. That is the harmonization of accounting standards. So usually we use the two terms interchangeably. One is harmonization and the second is standardization. Basically, these are the two different terms and the differences of variation in the form of degree. When we use the term standardization, it means a accurate and final set of standard which is universally accepted has been made. But when we talk about the harmonization, it means bringing uniformity in the accounting practice that is followed by all over the world by different corporations and companies and accounting standard setting bodies to arrive at one single set of accounting standards. So there is a uniformity in case of harmonization and a total rigid standardization in case of when we use the term standardization of the accounting policies. So harmonization and standardization should not be used as interchangeably. They can be, there is a difference of degree of variance regarding the acceptability of the accounting policies in harmonization and standardization. And as far as the journey to have a common set of standards, that is already taken place from 1904, when the first idea of germinating the one set of accounting standard was generated. And later on, many things has taken professionally and it has taken a professional shape and essence. And all accountants all over the world feel the necessary to shorten the gap between different streams of accounting practice through harmonization. If we look 20 years back or 25 years back, you would like to see that there are a number of variances in the accounting policies which are used by the different accounting firms at all over the world. Even in one country, the people may be using the different set of accounting policies for preparation of the financial statements. And still, presently also, we have a couple of strong variants of the accounting practice. For example, as far as the US GAAP is concerned, United States generally accepted accounting principles, and similarly, the UK GAAP is concerned, or the international accounting standards which are issued by the International Accounting Standard Board, they may have some strong variants over the world. Still, it existed and it has been practiced simultaneously. So these variants are working as a threats towards the harmonization of accounting practices. But however, the profession has also witnessed some improvement in the recent year, and the bodies have come up with the projects of the harmonization in almost many of the cases has been become successful. So there is not very far when we will be having observing the accounting world is controlled and guided by the single set of standard, giving it a status of legal discipline in very true sense. So therefore, today's lecture we'll be talking about the how this harmonization process is necessary, and how this harmonization process has taken a shape over the year, and what kind of efforts has been made by the different accounting standard bodies all over the world to bring uniformity in the accounting policies which are followed by the different accounting firms. The basic purpose of bringing the uniformity and bringing the harmonization in the accounting policies is to ensure three things. Number one, it should must have a comparability of the financial statements all over the world. The company which is preparing the financial statements on one set of standards in India must follow the same set of standards which is used by the another companies in the world, so that we can have a comparability of the financial statement. Otherwise, the financial statements which are prepared by the Indian company will not be comparable with the financial statement which is prepared by the US company, because they will be having a different set of standards. So in order to bring uniformity, that is comparability is necessary. Secondly, you must have the consistency of the accounting policy. So if you have a single set of accounting standards all over the world, then definitely consistency is going to be there. And thirdly, very important aspect is disclosure. Basically, the accounting statements are prepared to report to the stakeholders regarding various issues which are financial in nature. So that's why For disclosure practices, uniformity in the accounting policies and uniformity in the disclosure practices is necessary. So as far as the harmonization is concerned, harmonization of accounting standard has become a highly demanded issue of discussion today and debate today. And among various accounting professional bodies around the globe, they are thinking on it, they are preparing drafts of the harmonization, they are moving toward the standardization. So accounting standards are basically the authoritative statements of the best accounting practices issued by the various expert accounting bodies. For example, in India, we have the expert accounting body of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Similarly, at the international level, we have the International Accounting Standard Board. So basically, these accounting bodies brings various standards related to various aspects of the measurements regarding treatment and disclosure of accounting practices and events. As sometimes they bring some codification of generally accepted accounting principles, a gap which are in the form of concepts and conventions. So these are stated to be norms of accounting practices, followed by the in the way of codes or guidelines to direct how the items which makes up the financial statements should be dealt with in accountants and prescribed in annual statements. So in fact, such statements are designed and described to improve and benchmark the quality of the financial reporting. So they bring uniformity in financial reporting, they ensure consistency, they ensure comparability in the data published by the various enterprises. So these are aimed at furnishing useful information to the different users or the stakeholders, and to the regulatory bodies and to the society at large, so that they can be benefited out of the information which they have been provided by the companies, so that they can take the logical and informed decisions regarding the various aspects of the corporate world. So the process of when we talk about the process of harmonization, the process of harmonization gives the global community a single set of accounting standards which are followed by the different companies. So the diversity of stakeholding doesn't matter today if the accounting system can generate general purpose financial statement in a real sense, and they're comparable, they're having consistently followed policies, and they have the some norms to follow for disclosure practices. So thus, along with the process of globalization, there is a awareness in the capital markets, and you must have seen that the global capital market has increased manifold, and the size of the investors is multiplying. Even the foreign institutional investors are investing in different countries, multinational companies are working, and even several Indian companies are having global depository receipts and American depository receipts. So hence there is a need for harmonization of the accounting standards. It has been strongly advocated globally, and in order to have faster economic decision making process, it is very much necessary that the information which we are preparing in the form of financial statements must be having prepared on the single set of accounting standards. So accounting, as we yesterday talked also, that accounting is basically a language of the business, and that language must be understandable at same pace at the international level also. If we in India, we are understanding differently, in US you are understanding the same concept differently, then there cannot be any kind of uniformity. So because accounting has already attained the status of the language of the business, so it requires reporting of the affairs in a commonly understandable way. So even various efforts has been made by the various experts. Even a World Bank conferences has been held on this issue in 1999, 2004, and 2002. And one of the experts, Mr. Jules Buis, has already stated that the power to control the language of the business is very important. The language of the business must be understandable to each other, and the standard setters, that means the standard setting bodies, will come ahead as the world grows smaller and economic independence is no longer an option but a reality. So therefore, in order to have a good results out of it, it is very much necessary for all the accounting standard bodies to control the language of business so that every concept is understandable in the same pace and in the same sense everywhere. So uh, basically, the main question arises before all of us is, what is the rationale for harmonization of the accounting standards? Why we need to have a single set of accounting standards? Why we need to have uniformity in the accounting policies? Basically, we have already realized that presently we are working at the global level. And in order to allow the gains from the global economy to be fully realized, it is argued that the accounting policies should be standardized among the nations. And this harmonization of accounting standards will help the world economy in the facilitating of the international transaction, minimizing the exchange cost by providing increasingly perfect information. It will standardize information to the world economies, policymakers, and it will improve the financial markets information, and it will also improve the government's accountability. So there are a number of issues which brings the rationales for the harmonization of the accounting standard. One is that when we will be having single set of standards, a harmonization of accounting policy would help to provide a level playing field. And globally, and this level playing field will be available globally, and regulators and auditors will be receiving the same information, and they will facilitate the same evaluation process. And in the absence of free trade, international accounting standard will allow nation tariffs, quotas, and other trade restraint mechanism to be more accurate and less risky for those engaged in trade. So even the investors and manager will be able to get more valuable and reliable information, comparable information. World resources will be better managed and allocated. So if you want to have the fruits of the global economy to be realized in your country, you must follow the same set of standards which are followed globally. Secondly, you must have witnessed that internationally there is a recent expansion of the international capital markets, and availability of instances of global communication has placed accounting the onus to provide useful and comparable information across international borders. And you must have seen the Indian shares are listed, the shares of the Indian companies are listed at the global level, and they are having one set of standards for all of them. So many stock exchanges currently foreign listings are at a large percentage of total listings. So even as per the estimates of the uh, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, 20% of the listing on New York Stock Exchange is of foreign, and London, in case of London Stock Exchange, it is 16%, and 82% in the Luxembourg. So it means the people, companies across the globe are listing their share in different stock exchanges. And if you don't have the uniform set of standards for preparing the accounts, these financial statements will not be able to be comparable, and this will not be fulfill the requirements of the international arena. So therefore it is much necessary. Similarly, there is a rapid growth of international trade and international firms. The developments of new communication technologies, emergence of the international competitive forces is perturbing the financial environment largely. So under the global scenario, the residents of the global business community are badly in need of a common accounting language that should be spoken by all of them and understood by all of them across the globe. So a financial reporting system of a global standard is a prerequisite for attracting the foreign as well as the present and prospective investors at home, like that should be achieved through convergence of the accounting standard. So therefore, with the absence of the harmonization of the accounting standard, there will be an additional cost of financial reporting, because if you have prepared your financial statement as per the Indian accounting standards, but when you have to list the shares in US stock exchange, you have to prepare another set of standards. That will increase the additional cost of financial reporting, along with the difficulties that multinational group faces in the manner in which they undertake decisions, and it will become very critical. So it is quite possible for a transaction to give rise of profit under one accounting standard, whereas it may require a different another accounting standard as per the requirements of the other country. So therefore, we must have the uniformity in the accounting standard practices which are followed. And secondly, when I say the harmonization, harmonization is not an end by itself, but it is a mean to an end. It is a process to achieve standardization. So adoption of the different accounting standard causes difficulties in making relative evaluation of the performance of the company, and this perform phenomena hinders the valuation and consequently the decision making process. So there are a number of instances in India and around the world of bad accounting practices leading to corporate failures. So corporate frauds may be there. So therefore, it is very much necessary that we must have the single set of standards which has uniformity in the accounting policies. And even you may have witnessed the corporation which non-recurrence of the frauds like Enrons and likes. So therefore, this is very significant that it is expected to accrue from the global convergence of the accounting standards, that cross-border mergers, acquisition, facilitations can take place if you have the single set of accounting standards. Next question before us is we have to understand that what kind of institutional efforts has been made by the international bodies to bring uniformity in the harmonization of the accounting standards. A large number of international organizations are working towards it, so that we can reduce the differences in accounting practices between nations and trying to eliminate all necessary differences. So there is a concept of convergence of accounting standards, which dates back to 19th century when the idea of international accounting standard was germinated in 1904. So first idea of germinating the concept of harmonization and standardization of the accounting practices was germinated in 1904. But then in the 7th International Congress of Accountants, which was held in the Amsterdam, it was felt that there is a need of international accounting cooperation and standardization. And then in 1966, discussions were made among the various professional bodies like Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales, Canadian Institute of Chartered Accountants, and Association of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of America, which is known as AICPA. So the discussions were then concluded that we must have the single set of accounting standards. And the meeting one which was held in 1972 in the 10th International Congress of Accountants at Sydney, it was decided that we must have the International Accounting Standard Committee, and then 153 accounting bodies representing 112 countries joined it. It has now still now issued 46 or 47 accounting standards to harmonize the diverse accounting standards and policies which are at present used in different countries. But there are certain countries like Canada, Japan, and USA, which has their own set of standards, and there is a long variation in it. Even the countries' Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, has also joined in this, and the International Study Group has published 15 comparative studies in order to harmonize the financial reporting practices. And this process is continuing. And this later on, this International Accounting Standard Committee, which was earlier IASC, now has been formed in 1973, International Accounting Standard Board, and in 2001 it has issued many standards. There is a formulation of the Standard Interpretation Committee. There is a formulation of the International Financial Reporting Interpretation Committee, which are doing their task. And at the global level, we have so many other efforts which has made. And in India also, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is working very hard to bring convergence of the Indian accounting standard with the International Accounting Standard, IAS, and now it is known as International Financial Reporting Standard. So in conclusion, I can say that harmonization is a process by which differences in practices among the countries are reduced. So the case for harmonizing accounting practices and principles at the international level is very strong today, and it has been practiced throughout the world. Even the International Accounting Standard Board itself is concerned in removing the unnecessary differences in the accounting policies, and all countries are working in cohesence with each other to bring uniformity in the accounting practice. So this is all for today. The document which I have sent to you, read that document very carefully, read it again and again. The more you read, the more you will get the clarification regarding this. So because this premise or base is necessary to move forward to study the international financial reporting standards and international accounting standards, which are in the part of our syllabus. So in the due course of time we'll be studying that. So whatever document is sent to you, you must study in detail, and in minute discussion should be taken place along you. So now the floor is open for some questions. If you have any query, you can raise it. On your videos, all of you must on your videos now. Yes, we start from the Ashwarya. Yes, Ashwarya, unmute
Yes,
yourself
sir.
and tell me the conclusion of today's lecture.
सर आज के लेक्चर का कंक्लूजन यही बनता है कि हार्मोनाइजेशन हम करते हैं अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स को यूनिफॉर्मिटी मतलब बनाने के लिए, ताकि जो भी हम अकाउंट्स बना रहे हैं, स्टेटमेंट्स बना रहे हैं, हमारी बन रही हैं, वो ग्लोबली एक्सेप्टेड हों। ताकि अगर मैंने अपना बिजनेस एक्सपेंड करना है या फिर मैंने इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी है, सो दैट मैं अपनी स्टेटमेंट्स को ग्लोबली बाहर वाली स्टेटमेंट के साथ उनके साथ कंपेयर करके फिर इन्वेस्टमेंट करूं। सो इसका मेन पर्पस यही है कि ताकि हमारी इफेक्टिव डिसीजन मेकिंग हो और हमारा जो प्रोसेस है वो ग्लोबली सारा सेम रहे, ताकि हम उन्हें कंपेयर कर सके, हमारी स्टेटमेंट्स रिलायबल हो।
Okay,
सो सर
Ayushi
इट्स ऑल
Kapoor.
अबाउट हार्मोनाइजेशन।
Now Ayushi.
सर आज जो हार्मोनाइजेशन के बारे में पढ़ा, उससे ये हार्मोनाइजेशन करते हैं तो हम अपने लोकल क्लाइमेट को इंटरनेशनल क्लाइमेट के साथ कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि जब 1991 की जो पॉलिसीज आई थी, उससे जो ग्लोबलाइजेशन हुई है, उससे हर जगह जो है एमएनसीज वगैरह हुई हैं, हम मतलब इंटरनेशनली डील कर सकते हैं। अगर हमारे जो स्टैंडर्ड्स होंगे सेम होंगे अकाउंटिंग के, तो हम जो अपनी फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्ट्स हैं उसको कहीं पे भी पब्लिश कर सकते हैं विद फ्रेंड्स।
Okay. Okay, Manveer.
सर हार्मोनाइजेशन मीनिंग है कि ये डिफरेंस इन अकाउंटिंग प्रैक्टिसेस अराउंड द वर्ल्ड है, उसको रिड्यूस करना। इसके लिए ऑल द कंट्रीज ओवर द वर्ल्ड जो है वो प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं ताकि इसको रिड्यूस किया जा सके, ताकि यूनिफॉर्मिटी ला सके हम अकाउंटिंग प्रैक्टिसेस में ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड।
Okay. Harvinder Kaur, 5839. Harvinder. Harvinder, if I ask you what is the difference between standardization and harmonization, how will you explain?
So standardization means the rules and sir accounting standard means the rules and regulations, but harmonization of accounting sir means के sir uniformity लेकर आना sir accounting standard में, ताकि सर हम ट्रेड मतलब ट्रेड अच्छी तरह से, पूरी लैंग्वेज भी हमें समझानी चाहिए सर, लैंग्वेज समझानी चाहिए, यूनिफॉर्मिटी होनी चाहिए, ताकि सर अकाउंटिंग स्टेटमेंट में कंपेयर किया जा सके और कंसिस्टेंटी होवे उसमें।
Okay. Okay. Ranjana. Yes, Ranjana.
Yes, sir.
How will you conclude this lectures, today's lecture?
तो आज के लेक्चर में हमने हार्मोनाइजेशन के बारे में पढ़ा है, जिसका मतलब ये है कि हमने जो अकाउंटिंग हमारी पॉलिसीज़ है, उसमें जो भी अननेसेसरी डिफरेंसेस होते हैं, बैरियर्स होते हैं, उसे ये एलिमिनेट करता है, ताकि ग्लोबली जैसे इंडिया और अमेरिका, अगर उनके दोनों की अकाउंटिंग पॉलिसीज़ डिफरेंट होंगी तो बैरियर्स आ सकते हैं, वो ग्लोबली एक्सेप्टेड नहीं होंगे।
So, any question from your side? Any query from your side? Because I have already circulated this document to all of you, so that you must have studied. Any query, any information you want to convey or add, or you want to clarify?
सर 7 पॉइंट एक बार एक्सप्लेन कर दो।
बोलो कौन सा पॉइंट था वो?
What will happen if USA doesn't adopt IAS?
हाँ, what will happen if the US doesn't adopt IAS? This is a now question of past. As far as American are concerned now, they are working hand to hand with the International Accounting Standard Board. If they don't adopt these standards, there will be a lot of difficulties, because in economic also, the US is considered to be the economic power, biggest economic power, which rules even all the nations. So if they will not adopt International Accounting Standard Body, so there is a some confusion and some kind of ecosystem which is prevailing among US and other countries, because US has the basically the attitude of regulating the others, and they don't want to accept the, now they have a dominance on International Accounting Standard Board also, they are cooperating with also. So now there is no question of that they will adopt, they are adopting it. And even they have conversed both mutually. Even the International Accounting Standard Board has accepted the certain norms of the US GAAP, which is known as generally accepted accounting principles. Yes, any other? Chalo, okay, thank you very much.
Excuse
So
me, sir.
MCOM one students, yes.
Sir, the notes which are provided by you, they are sufficient, or we need to buy some books?
No, I will prescribe to you. There is one book written by me, which is published by Kalyani Publisher, Modern Accounting Theory and Reporting Practices, that you can buy.
Sir, can you please share the front page of the book?
I will share it.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much. All MCOM 1 students can leave. Now MCOM BA third semester students will join. So MCOM 1 students can leave.